it has to be something bigger than
Yourself.
watching somebody else live the life you want to
Whoa.
live.
Deep, bro.
Got to be bigger than
Yeah.
that, bro.
Yeah.
It's got to be something bigger than that. You got to go and believe in what you're thinking about and what you're dreaming about and what you're trying to accomplish, because the time that you spent entertaining yourself is not equal to the time that you spent educating yourself.
Yeah.
They're not equal.
Whoa.
That's right, man. We're back on the
D&D Level Up Podcast.
And if
you don't know, now you know.
That's right, y'all. We're back here again.
Yes.
To give you guys the value that you need to make it through your day.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about how we level up this week. But first, let's take care of some house rules real quick. Like, comment, subscribe right now.
Right now.
Right now. Right now. Right now.
Right now.
Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. That's right. So, let's get to it. Dirk, what we talking about?
So, this week, we leveled up basically on our podcast. We assumed we added some things to our podcast this week.
That's right.
So, there's a couple of different things. If you're working on a podcast, you need to start putting into place. You want to start putting in your brand deals, your affiliate links, things to that effect. Two of our affiliates, ConvertKit, and also Patreon. We have a Patreon account. We have a tip jar.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You tip right now.
Exactly.
Go to
Show some love.
right now. Show some love.
Show some love, y'all. Come on, man. We want to give you guys this content every week. We want to try to give you as much value as possible. We just did another podcast with amazing CEO Angel Jones, and she's gonna bring you a lot of content,
That's
a lot
right.
of information, a lot of value. You want to say
That's
something,
what I'm saying, guys. Make sure you check out the last YouTube, man, with Angelisha J. All right, and Angel Jones. Okay, her company, amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Golden Angel Management.
Golden Angel Management. Make sure y'all check it out. Get yourself together. If you got a business and you need to assess where you at, this is the person you want to go to. Okay, but we're telling you guys, go to them.
Yeah,
because we're going to them. We went to them for the podcast.
Exactly.
So that if we check them out, they're good.
Yeah, exactly.
All right?
Yeah, we wouldn't steer you wrong. The thing about it is that you have to start learning where your strengths and weaknesses are,
Yeah.
This week for me leveling up, I started working on a course just on business as a business analyst, excuse me.
Right.
And I realized the course is like only $14 on Udemy. Business analysts make $59 per hour. So, the thing about it is that you could do that and you don't necessarily have to go to college to do that.
Right.
You can get a certification there. Even Wharton has a certification. Wharton is School of Business, like one of the best business schools in the world. They have a certification course, like 10 weeks, and it's $2,000.
Ooh.
So, if you get the skills that you do now, of course, if you're in business, you want to, or if you're analyzing business, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes people get taught by people who haven't even got into business at all themselves, which makes no sense, really, to be honest with you. You have professors who are teaching business who have never had a business.
It's insane.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay? That's insane. There's the craziness. Being a teacher myself, I can attest to seeing this in certain places. I'm like, you got people that were assigned to teach a subject they haven't taught in 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay? But they're assigned to it, and they can follow, basically, they can follow a set of directions.
Or curriculum.
Right? And a curriculum enough to affect the change in the kids. So it works like that sometimes. But why not go after this this thing that you're talking about when you can probably do that after hours? You can probably do that after your main job. You get this certification, you start saying, look, I analyze businesses. My fee is $59 an hour.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to find this unless your job does that already?
Yeah.
Where else are you going to find $59 an hour?
Yeah.
To do something. Even by chance.
Even by chance.
To make something happen.
And you know, it's so funny. Like when in the process of doing things. So basically, what I was doing mostly this week is setting up some of our affiliate links, setting up some different product offerings for you guys to help you level up. And in the process of that, you know, I'm gonna be transparent. I was like, we had to create a course, man. I was procrastinating. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Procrastinating to get it done.
man.
I just kept thinking about all the ways I could get to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like
how
I
can I
was
skip
like,
this?
how can I get to do it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to get to do it. So I eventually started, you know, so I'm working on it and I'm working on it in steps. Sometimes you're going to have to start taking small steps to get to the path and the place that you want to get to. And sometimes it's not always as clear because I think the frustration was like it's too big.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? It's too
Yeah.
big. It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
I don't want to do it now. It's like it's
I could put this off another day and I
Exactly.
still wouldn't miss anything.
Exactly.
That's how you feel, you know what I'm saying? When you get those tasks in front of you that you know like this could change a couple things. You know? But until like we said in the angel management
Angel
Golden
Jones,
Golden Angel management review, you know what I'm saying, on the interview, until you get tired of being tired,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna do it.
You're not gonna do it.
You're not gonna.
You gotta make yourself do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop. Hold that
Stop
thing
stopping
that
yourself.
That thing that you're waiting on. Okay. That is gonna better your life. Okay. And I don't mean hurting anybody else. Okay. I don't mean messing up somebody else's situation to make your situation better. This is not what we're talking about. This is for all those people that's like that. I know a couple people that's like that already.
Yeah.
All right. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Make sure that thing that you're supposed to be doing, like you've been holding off, you just been not doing. That's half the reason why you aren't happy. Okay, it's half the reason why you haven't reached what you need to reach is because you haven't done what you needed to
do. And you know you need to do it, but you're not doing it
It's
at the
for
same time.
you to do.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I was thinking about like for me, the whole situation this week was education over entertainment.
Yes, sir.
So really, it's just basically shifting certain things. Like I'm replacing things now. So like in my life, I'm replacing things. You know, not necessarily replacing people, but replacing situations. So I'll give you an example. In money terms, you could be spending money. You spend, say, money on a haircut, right? Every week. Now you decide to cut your hair. Now the money you spent on getting a haircut or getting your hair done, or unless you get it yourself, now what do you do with that money? I take that money now and I place it in savings. Or I place it in investment. So now that I'm not doing that anymore, I'm looking for ways of things I could cut out so I could save more money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at how much money I'm spending during the week for lunch. Looking at how much money I'm spending every week for dinner. What am I spending on where I can start situate, I can have control of? You know, the one thing I realize that as people, if you're a Christian anyway, whether you're a Christian or not, you are served a certain amount of things to have to be a steward over. Yeah. So whatever you steward over, you cannot grow unless you have an awareness of what that is that you have. You know, Myron Golden, shout out to Myron Golden.
Shout out Myron Golden.
Myron Golden was talking about the fact that the reason why he's happy is because of awareness. You know what I'm saying? And he's aware that I woke up this morning. And that some people who some people who went to sleep last night did not get up. So there's a reason for me to be happy because, in essence, he can go to a restaurant, he can go see with his eyes, but he has no control over how his eyes see. He just knows that he can see. You have no control how you hear. You just know that you hear.
Yes, sir.
You don't have any control of what other people do, but you can control your response, right? So these are the things that you can control yourself, whereas other things they can't be controlled. Why are you getting stressed out about things you can't control? You can only control what you can control within your sphere. So I'll give you an example. He says sometimes we get into situations when it comes to circumstances, right? Yeah. You know, you have a circumference, you know, circle, you're in that circle and a stance is standing up within inside that circle. So in that process, what you're doing is you're just staying, everything is dictated by circumstances for you. Yeah. So this week I had several problems I had to deal with.
Several
problems.
More than one.
More than one. And one of the circumstances and the problems that I had linked to another problem I had in the past, which was the fear of this thing taking place if I didn't correct it here. So because it happened there, I was fearful about it happening again, and I was in a holding pattern until it was solved. So in that process, I was, and you know what it was, is really the fear of losing money. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, if you have a certain amount of money, money will solve that issue.
Oh yeah.
You know, so if you have these situations where money is an issue, you got to figure out a way, start elevating yourself to get more money or making yourself more valuable. How do you make yourself more valuable? You start taking away the things that you need to entertain yourself and start educating yourself. So if you don't have money, right, and you want more money, and you don't have a way of doing it, you got to increase your value. So you got to increase your value to someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to increase your value by valuing yourself. So how you value yourself, you start educating yourself to the point where there's a need for something in the business market that needs to be supplied, and you can supply that demand. So if there's a demand, you go, okay, this is a demand for this. People want to pay this amount for this. I have to get the skills to be able to supply that demand. So if I can find something that I know how to do that can supply that demand, I can start taking advantage of the demand and increase my skills and also increase my income. A lot of times we're not looking to level up ourselves individually on our skill sets. So then we're like, oh man, well, I don't have any money. What am I going to do? You know what? You got to increase your value. So the time that you are watching television, the time that you are playing video games, shout out to anybody who's playing video games.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But guess what? The more value you start placing in disciplining yourself to do the things you don't want to do, you can do all the things you want to do later on.
That's right. You got to be able to delay the gratification.
Yeah.
You know,
Woo.
don't
That's my promise
entertain
for you,
yourself to death.
Don't entertain yourself to death. We talked about that?
Not. Yes, we did, bro. About 2 podcasts before, bro.
Yeah.
Stop entertaining yourself to death.
Yeah.
Just cut that out. Okay? You don't know that you're scrolling for 30 hour,
Yeah.
2 hours, 3 hours. You don't know that you're just endlessly scrolling. And we spoke on how that's a trap in itself.
Yeah.
Is that you get on something and you see things that you like, you press like, and the algorithm makes sure that you see that thing again, right? So let's say you're into 4 different things at a time. You're going to see everything you like on your timeline. What's the incentive to get you off the phone?
Yeah.
It has to be something bigger than
Yourself.
watching somebody else live the life you want to
Whoa. Deep,
live.
bro.
Got to be bigger than that, bro.
Yeah.
It's got to be something bigger than that. You got to go and believe in what you're thinking about and what you're dreaming about and what you're trying to accomplish, because the time that you spent entertaining yourself is not equal to the time that you spent educating yourself.
Yeah.
They're not equal. And we have to start taking the assessment of like, okay,
Taking inventory.
what's this? Like, what is this? What is me on being on my phone this long getting me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What result is it producing?
What result is it producing? What is it turning me into?
Yeah.
Is it turning me to a couch potato?
Yeah.
Is it keeping me sedentary?
Yeah.
Is it having me sit still so long that now I'm a high risk of high blood pressure? You know, is it messing with my vision?
Yeah.
I have to look at this screen that's right here in front of us. You know, probably the best vision in the world is people who have to be outside and have to see very far distances. Okay, so
That blue light can get you.
so something being this close to you,
Yeah.
hitting you with dopamine shot after dopamine shot, which means that happy feeling in your brain. You're just like a junkie sort of kind of scrolling through. So you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
All right? We're here to serve you. So to tell you the truth is what we got to do.
Yeah.
That's all it is to it. To give you something, a barometer to go off of. Like, look, I did a challenge with my wife. We went on a screen time challenge. This is the screen time challenge, okay? We started looking at how much time we averaged on our phones for like the week or like every day during the week. It was like 8 hours a day.
Oh, wow.
Okay, screen time.
Yeah, a lot.
Just looking at the phone, 8 hours a day. So when we went back, I said, look, okay, well, we're going to cut that in half. We're going to cut it in half and see where we land.
Yeah.
Because it can't be that big to us. Like it can't be that important. No, there's no way. I'm like, it can't be that important.
Yeah.
But as you go through and you set that screen time, so I set the passcode for her screen time and she set the passcode for my screen time.
Oh, wow.
So we became accountability partners to each other.
Yeah.
In that way. So we were like, okay, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that 4 hours comes so quickly.
Of course. You ate up.
And it was just on the social media apps. It wasn't even on nothing else. It was on like Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. We just set it for those. And it still collectively made up 4 hours of our day in some type of way.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Now, we're not talking about the times where you just press the screen thing and you say, okay, well, I want to keep watching. Okay? We're not even talking about that. I'm going to be real with y'all. There were those days where I was like, 4 hours ain't. This is nowhere nearly enough. This ain't it. This ain't it. Nope. Press the button. I'm gonna go past it.
So did you get it? So that's like a cheat. So how did you?
It's sort of kind of a cheat. It is. I thought that the code would stop me or my wife from going back into the phone or going back into the app, but it didn't do it. I don't know why. Maybe we didn't set it up right. But the premise was for that to happen. For each one of us to stop at those 4 hours.
Did y'all check it at the end of the week and say, "Okay, I won"? Or
it wasn't even a challenge. It was a self challenge.
Self challenge, okay.
Because we do stuff like that. Like we'll do a challenge like where I told her, look, we're gonna spend 30 minutes a day learning something new for the next 30 days.
Okay.
Every day something new.
Okay.
Take 30 minutes to learn that.
Okay.
All right. And when we finished that, we became so much more aware of everything around us.
Oh, wow.
And all the things that we were doing and not doing and learned about new things. And being able to tell each other about the new things brought us closer together. It gives you more to talk about. It gives you more. It makes you interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be around.
Learn.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't be afraid to learn. Yeah. You can't learn everything from your phone. Yeah. You're not really. You're not really doing it. Like you're watching somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Watch somebody else do it. Do it.
Do it. Don't just watch and
don't just watch and don't do.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you can do it.
Yeah.
All right? That's what I feel like was the craziest thing to me, though. At the same time, I'm recalling a time where I started noticing, it's like 2012, 2013-ish, right? And I'm watching my little brother, who was like 8 or 9, 10, something like that. And he's looking at he's like 13 maybe. He's looking at the screen and he's watching somebody else play video games.
Wow.
I never seen you. It sounds so familiar now.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's like whatever. Like that's whatever.
Yeah.
But in 2012, 2011, watching somebody else play a video game for me was like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like why? Why would you just watch somebody play the game? Why don't you want the game
itself
to play?
Exactly. Yeah.
Why don't you want to be playing the game?
Yeah.
You know, and it might be my generation.
That could be so many connotations. Why don't you want to play the game?
Why don't you want to play the game?
Exactly. Why don't you want to play the game?
That's going to be the name of this podcast right here.
Why don't you want to play the game,
Why don't you want to play the game, baby?
I want to be a
game changer. Get in the game, okay?
Get in the game.
It's prime time, baby.
Exactly.
It's time to play.
Yeah.
You can't get out here, you can't get out here and start watching the game all day.
Yeah.
You got to get in there, get in on the field. Go start that business. Go start those things that you're scared to do, they're not as scary as you think they are.
Bro, they're not. You know, it's so funny that you should say that. You know, there's a lot of things that they're not as bad as you think they are.
They're not. They're not bad at all sometimes.
They're not bad at all. So it's funny that you say that because I don't know what happened this week. I was like, even when I was talking about doing the working on the course that we're working on, we're going to get to you guys soon.
Make sure you check it out.
Make sure you check it out. So it's going to be our social media marketing course, and just working on it, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because I found a specific place, Thinkific. We're probably going to be a affiliate with them as well.
That's right, Thinkific. Let's go.
So, I was trying to figure out this whole, like maybe about a week or 2 weeks, maybe even a week and a half. Like, how am I going to get to starting this? And as I started it, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. I just had to start doing it. And I'm finding out a lot of things. Your brain is so powerful because it creates perceptions that make you think that this is so fearful and is so encroaching and so overwhelming that you can't even process how big your brain thought it was going to be, and it's not even that. So your perception is not even the truth because you haven't even started to discover. It's like for instance, to give an example, this afternoon we were working on a podcast and we were doing things through Google Meet. Now we learned a great amount of things by doing it. Now we would have never learned those things. I was like, oh, I don't know how that's gonna work. You know
I was just like, I don't know how it's gonna work, Doc, but
we gonna do it.
We're gonna do this
exactly,
and we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna stop trying to get it also perfect the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
And do execute.
Exactly.
Period, y'all.
Period.
Get it done. Exactly. Go out there and get it done well. Stop doing your best and start doing what's required.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Your best is cool.
Yeah.
But sometimes your best isn't what's required to do the things that you want to do.
Or you're thinking what's your best is because you think because you don't excel at it immediately, then you're not supposed to be doing it. But nothing really works that way.
Nothing works that way.
You know what I'm saying?
Guys, when we got out here as kids, you went out and played. If you didn't play as a kid, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I feel
bad.
But
if you got to go, you need to go out there and have some fun.
Exactly.
Right now.
Exactly.
Okay?
Play outside.
Okay, go get on the swing. Go do something. Go enjoy those things. Go get yourself an RC kit or whatever. Go fly you a plane. Go fly a kite. Go do something for yourself. If you're an adult that didn't have a childhood, go do that.
Yeah.
Okay? First, then you can come back and tell us about this, okay? Please come and tell us how much fun you had playing with your thing.
Exactly.
Doing your thing on either by yourself or with your family. Go out there and do it. You may not think you got time. You got kids. You got your wife. If they can't come out with you out there and play, what are you saving it for? What are you building all of this wealth for to not being able to spend time with your family and to share and for them to see you happy?
Yeah.
At some point.
At some point. Because it's funny that like I was thinking about Alex Hormozy this week, right? Shout out to Alex Hormozy. So one thing he was saying is that you have all these intangibles that we are trying to you have all these intangibles. The intangible things are, there's a scripture in the Bible that says the things that are not seen are greater than the things that are seen.
Ooh, yes, sir.
You could a wise man has his eyes in his head, right?
Yep.
So you can have sight, but you don't have vision. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we're looking at things, but we don't have either insight into them or we don't have vision for them. You've got to start creating a vision for your life. So that means you got to start to have insight into things, which means you have to have knowledge and understanding. That means you got to educate yourself about things you don't know. But in order even to get into those things, you got to start. And you can't start with fear. You got to start with courage. Because the thing is, a lot of times the things that we're trying to do, they just take courage. They don't take even intelligence.
There it is. It's not an intelligence thing. There's a scripture that says, be like a child in certain ways, right? So when you look at your kids or when you look at other kids, they're not fearful to do the things that they want to do.
Yeah.
They don't care that it's a stove. I'm just going to go there. They don't care that it's an electrical socket. They don't care that the table might fall over.
Yeah.
They don't care that they don't even know they're going to lose.
Yeah.
They don't care. It's not something that they're worried about.
Yeah.
You know, to lose, we're not losing so much that we can't recover from it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? Start that thing.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, if you lose something, if you didn't lose everything, you gain some knowledge on what to do or what not to do.
Fail forward.
The people to be around and the people not to be around.
Yeah.
This is everything that you get ready to do. If you don't do it, you don't get the perspective on it.
Yeah.
All right? You already got two eyes that align to you. All right? These two eyes only report things to the brain. It doesn't. And when you get reports, sometimes you get discrepancies in reports.
Yeah.
Like you're not always seeing what needs to be seen.
Yeah.
And then the things that aren't seen are the most important things.
Yeah,
the things that you have to notice that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay? I started that business. Oh well, I didn't go all the way broke. I came away. I know how to make this money work over here, or I know how to make someone else's idea work from doing this. This particular thing didn't work out, but it doesn't mean that my next thing can't. You can't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? You can't be scared. You can't live in the fear mindset to where you are locked up.
Yeah.
Because we are creators.
Yeah.
And in order to stay in our right minds, we have to be have to create
and be creative.
You have to create and be creative. You think this is the only time where I feel I tell this all the time on the podcast. The only time where I feel like I'm down, most of the time, like 80-90% of the time, I'm down because I didn't do something I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do this, and even if I did it and it didn't go well, I know I did it.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared to go and do it. I wasn't apprehensive, or I didn't like choke up on it and like I don't want to do it no more. No. Go do it.
Yeah.
Find out what it's like, and get out there and have that experience so you can tell somebody else like, look, you might want to do this, you might want to do that. Or get out there so you can tell yourself, look, I did this. This is my win. It may be the big W. It may not be the big W, but it's going to lead me to another win, and another win, and another win. And it's going to be some losses in between there, but then get back to the wins, and the wins, and the wins, and the wins.
Yeah. But, you know, it's interesting you should say it because a lot of times we don't want to fail forward. You know, Angel Jones was giving us so much knowledge in our podcast we just actually just completed with her. And a lot of things that I took from that was like the fact that, you know, you've got to fail forward. And a lot of times when we see people who are successful, we don't realize that they've had so many fails to get to that win. Like there is a gentleman, I think it was Myron Golden. I'm going to talk about Myron Golden a lot.
Hey.
Shout out to Myron Golden.
Hey man, I told you when I put you on somebody.
Hey,
they it, Doc.
Man, hey, listen, King D Money put me onto Myron Golden. I have been looking and taking like nuggets and putting them into my bag.
Yeah, man. You gotta use them tools, man. He set you up with them tools to do what you need to do.
Man, let me tell you something. He said he used to go and try to get like 10 no's. Like 10 no's before he got a yes. And every time he got, like he wasn't focusing on he wanted yes. If you're knocking on doors, right?
Right.
Trying to sell something, you want yeses.
Yes.
But he was like, I'm trying to get no's. So it's almost like, it was like a positive, negative, positive type of situation. Like it's almost like you kind of reverse engineer it how you feel about something that's negative and be like, okay, I'm trying to get no's. He said no, okay, good. I got 1 no. Okay, 2 no's. Okay, good. I'm trying to get 10. Oh, you said yes? So somebody's gonna say yes, and it wasn't like yes was cool, but I'm trying to get 10 no's.
Trying to get 10 no's.
You know what I'm saying? But then there's somebody who wants to buy and purchase what you have to offer. Yep. But the thing is, and then that's a win, right?
Yes, sir.
But there's a period of time, like you have to get to the point where even if you scale something, the thing that got you where you're at now is consistency. So it's almost like you have all these no's and you get to a yes, but it's continuing to ask people over and over to get the no's to continue getting yeses. Like a lot of times people get to doing things and they'll stop what they were doing that doesn't get them to the point where they were before.
Yeah.
They'll start changing things. They'll get
Just stop doing the things that work.
exactly.
And then they'll be like, oh,
yeah.
they're just like, why isn't this working? Because you stopped doing the things that work.
Exactly.
You remember that time when you needed that $20 or that $40 for that bill?
Yeah.
And you made it happen?
Yeah.
And you was like, oh, I'm glad I made that happen. Or you had that one last gift you wanted to get your child for Christmas. But you knew that last check wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
And you made it work some type of how.
Yeah.
You made that work that way. Now, if you did it, where you made money, kudos. If you
Kudos.
borrowed it,
Yeah.
okay, then it's not.
Yeah.
It could be another story.
Yeah.
But you got to stopping the things that were working for you.
Yeah. And then even if they work, like I know I'm mentioning Alex Hormozy a lot and mentioning these guys. And the reason I'm mentioning these individuals, because I want you to start leveling up by changing your perspective. Yeah. A lot of times we're like trying to figure out what we're trying to do in life, and we don't have a perspective or a plan of how to do it. And there's people out there that you start associating yourself around. Like it's almost like, even Angel Jones was talking about, she stopped dealing with individuals in her surrounding circle that were not either educating her, inspiring her, or have integrity, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have certain individuals in your life that is not creating situations that's going to elevate you, then those people shouldn't really be in your life. So now if you don't have those people, then you got to seek those people out. And there's tons of people on YouTube that's going to give you that knowledge that you don't necessarily have to be around for them to give you the knowledge that you need to get.
There you go. Get on this YouTube university.
Yeah.
Get on the podcasts that are talking about business, that are people that are where you want to be.
Correct.
Okay? Get there and then listen to what's going on. You got so much time to listen to everything else.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, if you open that screen time app, you're going to be surprised at how much time you spend looking at your screen, or just how much time your screen is on. Yeah. Okay? On your phone. All right? It's going to shock you. After you get that initial shock, all right, take a moment, realize what's going on, get over yourself, and then start assigning a plan for your life. Yeah. Okay? You can't just, if you don't plan it, these people that are selling you something will plan it for you.
Yeah. If you don't plan your life, if you don't have a direction for your life, somebody else is going to dictate your life based on what they think what you should be doing. And you're also going to dictate it based on circumstances. Instead of responding to circumstances in such a negative way, you start dictating what your circumstances are.
That's right. Don't respond. Let's take this time out to realize that we are responding. Yes. To a lot of things. Yeah. I know I personally was, and I know I personally do sometimes. I'm responding to things instead of getting out there and getting in front of it and knowing what I'm going to do when it happens. Yeah. Or dictating the situation. Dictating what my situation is going to be instead of my circumstances being my circumstance. Okay. Exactly. Like I can't stand on that too much longer if I don't want to stay there. If you don't want to stay in this circle of stance, you need to move out of it. Exactly. And the only way to move out of it is with intention and discipline and execution. You gotta get it done.
Gotta get it done.
Pause. Pause.
I knew you were pausing. I was like, I could feel it in my spirit. He was like, we're pausing.
I'm pausing. We're pausing. Like, we can pause.
We can pause.
Because
Because what you call it?
Sooner or later, I'm going to, we're going to get different angles. So, might as well get used to cutting the film here and moving to something else.
Yeah, because it will
just getting a picture of you talking while you're talking.
I got you.
So that's the next level
change it
up.
a little. That would be the next level. I guess that also work when we start getting in another camera. You want to use this phone to do that too?
What you talking about?
You want to use my phone to record too?
To record? Yeah.
So we need another one of those, and we use my phone to record. And we can get different angle. We do it from this angle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to get one of those again, another stand, and we could record from this way. That way you could switch between, cut and paste between the different angles.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Because yours is a 14, mine is a 14, right?
Yeah.
So we could do that. The only thing I'm recording on here is just sound. But if we had two of them, we'd be good.
It'd be so good.
So good.
Set. Two of them. I just want to think about where else we could put another angle.
So could you angle them both like this, like both on us, like one on here, one across? What would you do?
Because I don't like. I wish I had another 14.
Another 14.
Another 14 Pro, right?
Okay.
Because if we had yours, mine, and the other one, we could have a straight on, then sides.
You know, the interesting thing about it is that, like, another 14 Pro would cost less than us buying another camera.
Isn't that insane?
Is it the same thing?
It's insane.
It's insane,
It's
right?
insane that you can do that all for
You know what I'm
the
saying?
price of a.
That's what I'm saying.
The new cameras, is, but see, we just have to you gotta level up, bro.
Yeah, level
That's
up.
all. This is a drop in the bucket.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we start really getting to it,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
gonna be like, all right, okay, cool. Like, okay, all right, we bought the cameras. We're gonna level it up. And it's gonna be for a reason.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting for my ship to come in.
But you know what? He's so funny. Hey, so like we were talking about the thing about. Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're recording. We're still going. It's still going, bro.
Okay, so you remember I was talking about different ways you could level up, right?
Yeah.
Now, one thing we discussed about is like having different amount of money that you want to get per month in order to level up to where you're at. Like Alex Hormozy has this video, 10 ways. I don't know if I sent it to you. 10 ways to make $1 million.
Okay.
So there's several ways to make millions of dollars or a certain amount that you're looking for. You could say, okay, I want to get $10,000 per month, right? So you could have 1,000. You could do $10,000 products, right? Or you could do, if you want to sell something, if you want to sell $100,000, you sell one thing that you could sell for $100,000. Or if you want to make $1 million, you either leverage something where it's like, say for instance, you have a wholesaling situation with real estate. You're the middle person, and you leverage a certain deal. Whereas you sell something for a certain period, a certain amount, and you take the difference in between. And you might not have to own anything. All you're doing is just you're putting the deal together, and you're taking the money out because you say for instance a $4 million deal, right? That you're selling this building. The buyer only is buying it for $4 million, but you got it at $2 million or $3 million. You're making the difference off of whatever that is. So then you didn't have to put any money out. All you're doing is making the difference because it was sold. Now you're getting the difference off of it. Now you done made $2 million or $1 million. So there's ways that even with us start pricing out some of our products. I was like, well, if we want to get this amount per month, we've got to charge this amount for our sales and do projections on it based on what we want. So, and then you just got to have things, if you're going to price things at a certain point, a pricing point, you have to make sure you have value that's added to it, that's worth it. But at the same time, I always have this inference in my mind is that you only as priced as what people are willing to pay for it, right?
Right.
So then, but there are individuals who are willing to pay for it. You just got to find those individuals who are willing to pay for what you have to provide.
Right.
A lot of times, we don't even realize the potential and the amount of information or the knowledge that we have, and we don't price it properly. And so what happens is we're in a place where we don't need to be in, and there's other people that are just more courageous than you are, and they're going to price it the way it is. They're going to provide just as much value as you do, but they're going to price it properly.
Right.
And they're going to get the same. They're going to get a better result out of the same amount of information.
They're okay with taking the little bitty L's
Yeah.
to get the win that you haven't even dreamed of.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You can be at that point where you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with this product. I don't know how to price it. Oh, I don't want to. There's a lot of excuses
Yeah.
for
Not
not
doing things.
pricing yourself or valuing your product where you need to value it at. Like, I've been around people that'll be like, I don't want to, price myself out of this and price myself out of that.
On the market,
I say,
yeah.
but you haven't even set a price.
Yeah.
Okay? And then when I go and I look at other people in their field that are doing the exact same thing or something below that, they're charging way more than
Yeah.
the person I'm talking to.
Yeah.
And it boggles me because I'm not scared of the price.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm really scared. I'm scared of what I have to do
Yeah, exactly.
to get that money to make that price.
That price worth it.
The
Yeah.
work.
The work. Yeah.
The work that has to be done.
Yeah.
But in saying all that, I'm telling you about myself. But you or whoever you're talking to, this might just be for those mentors that are mentoring people.
Yeah.
They want to know that they're worth it.
Yeah.
And that they can ask for the price that they want.
Yeah.
The initial problem is that the person is not valuing themselves at a level to value what they do.
Exactly.
You can't.
Well, that's dope, bro. That's deep.
You just can't. You can keep doing that.
Yeah.
And then you'll blame the rest of the world. But these are the type of people that blame the rest of the world for all their issues and problems.
Yeah.
This person isn't doing this. That person isn't doing that. The president isn't doing this, and the president ain't doing that. And then then they're upset with you if you don't agree with them downplaying themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, or they think that you're some type of money miser. Like, oh, you're after money.
Yeah.
You must be evil too. Like, no.
Yeah.
Money's not evil.
Money's not evil at all.
It's not even
Bible talks about
inherently
the
evil.
love of money, not money itself.
Okay.
Money is a medium of exchange.
Right, and that's not, and who's to tell what type of love they're talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get into, if you get into your word, that's cool.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the real deal is that you don't value yourself enough to value what you put out.
Yeah, and you're scared.
If you're multiplying something
Yeah.
and you're saying, oh, it isn't worth that much, how much are you worth if you went and made all of this happen?
Correct.
And didn't, so it comes back to you.
Yeah.
Or it comes back to that person that you're talking to, that you have to speak up and you have to speak life into them. It don't cost you nothing to tell them that you could charge more.
Yeah.
It does not cost anybody to tell them, look, you're worth more than this. Those words don't cost nobody to say any of those to somebody and to raise their self-worth and their self-price so that they can sell what they do.
Yeah.
So they can feed their family. At the end of the day, you have to make yourself valuable.
Correct.
Even if you have to call a price and put a price on it that nobody else is putting on it.
Yeah.
Make what you do valuable by setting your price and then add tax. Okay?
And then add tax. Yeah.
Okay? Because you're going to need that. You do business now.
Yeah.
All right? You're going to have to add tax. Set your price and add tax. Okay?
Dope, man. Hey, listen, guys. Kind of closing out at this point, but I just want to let you know that there's things that you can do to help yourself. You need to surround yourself with mentors. You got to surround yourself with a coach. You got to surround yourself with an individual who also believes in you, whether it's your spouse, your friend, or or any other person that you know, maybe a family member. You choose the amount of people that are in your life that's going to help you level up. You have aspects of your life that you're not always going to have all the answers for.
Yeah.
And if you can't find it outside, you can always contact us. We also do business coaching, right? And we will help you analyze and assess your business, help you with your business. We also do have our friends, our strategic alliances with Golden Angel Management. If you want another coach, you want a different type of touch. You're in Chicago. She's out there. She can be able to help you out. But we're here in Florida. But we can coach anybody through Zoom or through Google Meet. you have any situations that, like, basically you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to gain a certain amount of understanding of your business, or you're starting fresh, you have no idea what direction you need to take, you don't have any understanding of projections, you haven't done a business plan, you don't understand how to create an LLC or to anything that has to do with business, you can contact us. You can go to our Patreon account. You can leave a tip in our tip jar, like we said before. You can start we're going to have some courses coming to you.
That's right.
In the near future. So you can also assess those courses. But we do right now have our business consultation. You just contact us through our program through Patreon. And it's through our website. We'll leave the links. You can send us an email. Hey, listen, I need some business coaching. I need to understand why my business is failing. And there's a certain amount of things in my supply chain, in the gap of what I'm doing, the analytics, any type of thing that in terms of your marketing, your understanding of how to market your business. Maybe your marketing is a portion where there's a weakness in your business. Any of these things that are indicative of your situation, come to us. We can help you. All right?
All right. At the D&D
Level Up Podcast.
That's right,
If you
y'all.
don't know,
now you know.
Deuces.
Deuces. My God. That's right. All right.